We're gonna kill the leg, okay? I'm gonna go over the two general positions where we can float. So we're back in this initial place here. We don't wanna be here, okay? This is, you'll fail. You can get lifted here now. We can really get lifted, okay? Even if he gets into half guard, I can get lifted a little bit. We can address that. So once I'm here, I gotta take that step back. Everybody says, why the step back? Because understand something. One of the first things we're trying to do as passers is we're trying to elongate his guard. It's much easier to deal with these legs the farther I get him away from his core. Stands to reason, right? Much more difficult here. So if I can use his hooks against him and take that step back, what happened to his guard? The knee separated from the rib cage. That's all I need. Not to mention if I have to quickly and explosively cut to the side, this is now open, whereas it's not here. Nothing is open, okay? Leg drags are on from here. Now it's open. Whereas if he's here and tight, I can't hit any of that from here. So I want to stretch him out. So from here, as I step back and I start to drop my butt, I should be relatively comfortable here because most of my weight is resting across his lower shin. Okay? So from here, you're going to hear me scream, kill, kill. I'm going to drive one leg back inside. I'm going to slightly blade off. Legs coming off and down the middle. Okay? So I'm here. Here. Slight step back. Knees pinch. Pulling forward. Twist on the ball of my feet. Long step out. If I can trap the shin, trap it. Okay? If not, you miss it and come right down the middle, fine. Rest your weight on the back of his hamstring. Just gather here. Okay? So we're here. He's hooked. Elongate. Pinch the knees. Turn. Notice it pins that heel to his butt. Long step out. If I can trap, great. If I miss, just go right down the middle. Settle into here. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3. And that's where we're going to stop. We're not going much into the pummeling part tonight, okay? There's a lot of reps that need to be done on this. So, you end up here, and you step back. If they can grab collar grips, and then you step back, you address the collar grips before you backstep?
Yes.
So you let go of the legs?
Yes. I'm going to come off and start addressing because I've got to have posture, right?
Great question.
Whenever you bring your hips down, how do you keep posture?
How do I keep? First thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go right here. Okay. So from right here, I've got a bar. So
let me cover this little aspect. This is a good little thing to address here. I know it's a counter, but we're fixing to go into our collar sequence where we grip immediately after we establish our pin. Okay. So once I get to here, step back. Now, if we get broken down, we get our posture. To float, we need our posture, at least initially, to get to kill. We cannot do anything until I have down the middle territory, until I own this spot, down the middle. I need to get to a 50-50 position, offset one side or the other. This is not gonna work. So when I first go here, if my posture gets broken down, the first thing that's gonna happen is I'm gonna come into these collars, I'm gonna use my elbows, okay, to start breaking myself down a little bit. From here, now I'm gonna have to start breaking down a grip. Boom. There went one. With one, I'm okay. I feel okay. I can go ahead and stand back up. Now I'm gonna come in here and get back to this position. If he does it again, pulls me back down, boom. I'm gonna either dominate the collars here with the grip on the inside, or let's say if I get to my position I wanna be in, as soon as I'm here, I dominate it here, okay? Kill this, and now I have the grip 50-50 around the knee. So if my posture gets broken down before I get to this position, I gotta address it. Now, if it gets broken down right here, I'm not as worried about it because I can manipulate his upper body very easily here. And I've got inside position already basically in a half guard position. Okay? Understand the main goal is to get to what position essentially before I start my passing? Half guard. I need to get to half before I start my passing sequence. At least down to 50-50 here. Own this spot. Okay? So now, going back to the same thing, boom, right here. Extending out on my toes. Makes it easy for me to twist. So you'll notice, twist the ball of my foot out. So I'm here, Boom. Now, essentially all my weight can lay into that shin, okay? I close off all that down the middle territory. And by opening my hip or closing my hips, they're now open on this side of the long step. So here, spin. Now I can long step. If I decide I want to go back the other way, I can, okay? Because it's a series of opening and closing my hips that lead to these patterns of movement. Here, boom. Shin to shin, I've killed this side. Now, long step, figure out, do I trap the shin here, which I love to do, but if I miss, come right down the middle. Here's where I'm going to wind up most of the time. This is acceptable, but not the best. Best would be trapping his shin against his butt. So when I get here, now we're coming to this position here.
On the long step, are you doing more of that low long step versus the big? Like,
Yeah, I don't want to over-rotate. If you over-rotate, you're in trouble. So don't over-rotate, okay? So from here, now, collar grips, butt is down, killed this knee, okay? What will always happen, generally, they're going to still try to elevate. Foot goes under the butt, enter my float, okay? Notice, I can't do this. Now we're going to get into the rules of the float. Can't be like this, right? I've got to be with my legs up to my butt. Second rule, I can't be on the either side of the head with both hands. Have two positions that are acceptable. Here or here, okay? Only drawback about being here, the higher my head is above his, more danger I have, right? Because my posts are way back. Here or here, acceptable positions for starters. So we're here, okay? Got this grip. Start to get elevated, boom. Notice my heels come to my butt and they stay there. My knees stay tight. I'm now in a floating position to start pommeling my legs back and forth or rolling my hips. Okay? Ideally, I want to be in this position here. Okay? Knees downward, right? Where I can lay to the hips and allow the rotation to happen. I can start pommeling my legs back or forward, switching the hips, long stepping, short. Okay, but I want to be here. So again, here, step back, killed, turned, defeat this leg, long step. I want my grip, okay? If he starts threatening to go overhead, notice one thing happened right here. He had this hand, started trying to push it to this side. What did I do? Came right beside his head. Why? Can't allow my hands to get here because here's what happens. Grips. He shoves this hand on the other side of the head. Can't let it happen. So the second Seth started trying, when he pulled back to shove this hand, I tracked the ear. It's here, okay? He elevated, boom. I stayed tight to his ear. Right here. Now I'm floating on the hamstring. Let's get it. 1, 2, 3.